Good morning, my friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s, working so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. Today is Friday, February the 27th, and we are going to be doing a financial health check-in. Though, if you are returning, you will notice that there's obviously something physically wrong with me as well. Um, this is just allergies. I feel totally fine. I'm just losing my voice because of like sinus drainage. So I'm sorry my voice is weird and hopefully it'll be better. But I think this is exactly, if you watch my vlogs, this is exactly what happened to me on Sunday. Well, I'll put it up this Sunday, so you haven't seen it yet. But I was not feeling well on Sunday, and then I felt fine again. And then yesterday afternoon, like I just lost my voice. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, in this video, we're going to be trying to ignore my raspy voice, and we're going to budget out $2,399.14. We are using the app that you see surrounding me. This is an app called YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. You need a budget. And I had somebody ask me last week if I'm still planning to make that video on the You Don't Need a Budget. I absolutely am. Y'all, please hold me accountable. I have every intention of making that video. I just have so much going on in my life right now, between the cruise. I finished the book, and then I went on my cruise, and then my mom got sick, and then it's like been birthdays and planning, and now, I mean, I'm not sick. I'm not going to say I'm sick. This is just allergies, but like it is sapping. It is like draining my energy. So I am going to get it filmed. I am. I did start a rough draft of it. I didn't finish the rough draft, so I will film that. But you do need a budget. Just let's just go with that. You need a budget. The money that you see above my head, $2,399.14. This is a little bit of rollover from last week, a little bit of cash back from some of my cards, and then this is my paycheck. So that's what we're going to budget out today, and we're going to start because this is going to be week one of March, even though it's technically still February, today and tomorrow. This is going to be week one of March, and we will start by emptying out my categories from February, and we'll put them toward my cruise for next month. So I'm very excited for that. Next month, next year. My cruise for next year, it's a little less than a year away. I'm going, Lord willing, February 25th next year, and today is February 27th. So we're slowly getting there, one day at a time. All right, y'all. I don't think I have very much to update you on. My mom's birthday was Monday. We're gonna celebrate it not tomorrow, but next Saturday is the plan, Lord willing. We're all the grandkids, great grandkids, and my mom and myself will go and have dinner at Texas Roadhouse. And then yeah, tomorrow is my bestie's daughter's birthday party. Her birthday is Sunday, but we're going to do her party tomorrow. And today I'm supposed to go meet my friend Kay. Ginny can't come because she's getting ready for a birthday party, but I'm going to go meet my friend Kay over at my happy place, aka the Cedar Park Library, and we're going to join the crochet and knitting meetup group. I have taken apart my crochet project, so I'm just gonna have to restart it while I'm there, which is my least favorite part. I hate the very second line. The first line's fine, the second line is my least favorite. But I'm gonna work on that while I am there today. And then just come home and take it easy tonight, I think. That's my plan. Um, that's what I'm doing this weekend. Do y'all have any fun plans? Let's get started on the budget so I can talk as little as possible. It's just after 7, it's 7:08. So let's go ahead and I will pause myself, get myself up into the corner, and we'll work on my budget. Welcome back. You can now see my whole budget. What my plan is to empty out the first couple of categories and put them into my cruise booking fund, and that is just to get a little bit ahead. So if you are new, as I just mentioned, I am planning a cruise for next February, Lord willing. And if you are returning, I've already mentioned that this is my plan to cover some of it. So I have to put $350 away to pay for it by November 27th, I believe, is the date that I have to pay off the booking. And I should be fine to do that, but every little bit that I can put in ahead of time will just get me to where I can reach that goal a little bit earlier. My primary goal for this year is to pay off interest-free cards. And y'all, I haven't shared this in a while, but I'm going to pull this out and show you where I am on those. I did make payments last night. So Princess is not one of my interest-free cards. This 34.45 was not cleared last night, but it looks like it may have pulled in overnight. Um, one of my interest-free cards is my Mattress Firm card. That is not one I am focusing on. This does not have an expiration date. This balance will be zero interest if I don't pay it off until the very last day that it's due. So I'm not really worried about this one. It's only $200 a month. I mean, once I'm done with the other ones and I've met some of my other savings goals, I'll focus on it. But I'm not super concerned about the Mattress Firm. But the ones that I am focusing on are Best Buy and Discover. Best Buy has just under $2,500 left on it, and Discover has just under $3,000 left on it, and this was much higher. I just made quite large payments. So Discover, I just made, I got 1542 cash back, but I made $583.24 payment. I also am going to be putting $50 as my minimum payment toward it for this month today. These auto drafts. So, but I made those extra payments last night because I close out my budgets every Thursday. If you are new, welcome. If y'all are new, I've said this like 3 times, but I haven't welcomed you. I'm so excited that you're here. This is my midlife crisis, but I decided to make it a good one where I am trying to get my life in order, get my poop together, if you will. So I call it getting my poop in a group. Okay, and then Best Buy has 24.62.68. Best Buy keeps increasing my credit limit, y'all. They're really trying to get me. But Best Buy has this laptop on it. It has some Christmas gifts on it, and it has my headphones and my vacuum. And then Discover has, I honestly can't remember all of the things for Discover. They were larger purchases that I made. They were actually on another card, and I did a balance transfer to Discover just to give myself a couple of extra months wiggle room to pay them off. So that's what these are. I made a $226.61 payment last night. Again, that will also get its $50 a month minimum payment. It comes out on the 1st. So these will clear on Monday. So that's how I am doing with my, let's check Princess, what cleared. Oh, my Libro FM, a Cinemark. Yeah, I paid. So the way I do this is I go in and I pay my cards off every Friday. I'm sorry, every Thursday. So you can see where I logged in last night and I made a payment. These were still pending when I was on there last night, so I couldn't pay them because they were still pending. Libro FM, we're not going to get to today, but that is an audio book subscription that I use because it supports your local library. You can pick which local library you want to support, not library, bookshop. You can pick which local bookshop you want to support. And then my company did reimburse me for this. This is part of what is in my ready to be assigned. We had our team meeting this week and it was so much fun. But the company said we could expense up to $15 for lunch per person. And actually it's 25, but we were misinformed and told 15. So next month I know I could actually order a full lunch, and that's nice to know. Because with gluten-free, I have celiac. With gluten-free, it was really, really hard to find something that was under $15 because they charge you an extra couple of bucks for the gluten-free bread. So, or whatever. So anyway, I spent $13. This was just a sandwich. And if y'all wonder why when I budget for dining out, I budget so much, it cost me $13 for just one sandwich. That did not include a drink. That did not include chips. There was no tip because I went and picked it up myself. This was just a sandwich, was $13. It's why I don't eat out very often. And it's why when I budget for eating out, I budget $50 a week because it's going to cost me more money. It's just a tax. It's like they gave you a pink tax. Literally, let me show y'all. Hang on. Let me see if I can show y'all my Amazon cart. So I don't even have Amazon open. I try really hard not to order too much from Amazon, but this was a thing for my mom. I don't know why it keeps going to that. So in my cart, I have 2 different box cutters because I've mentioned before on this channel that box cutting gets, my recycling doesn't come frequently enough for me. These are literally the same product by the same company. They are both the same thing. This one is pink. It costs more dollars. There's a pink tax. Tell me there's no pink tax. So anyway, I pay a pink tax because I'm female for things, and then I also pay a gluten-free tax because I have celiac. I have to be gluten-free. And I get it. Those things cost more, but still. Oh, how about if I go home first? And then we'll shrink this. So this is my budget. Let's go ahead and start moving. I have $59.94 left in my dining out category from different weeks throughout the month. I'm going to move that to my cruise booking. I have $17.98 left in groceries. Did that move? Yes, it's just delayed. $17.98 left in groceries. I'm going to go ahead and move that to my cruise booking. I have $4.73 left in my coffee. I did go get coffee yesterday after the gym, but I haven't really been getting coffee out as much. I've been trying to hold back. So all of this money is going just as little teeny tiny extra payments to myself. I am going to leave fun money and self-care. These I kind of treat like sinking funds. I add $30 a week to these, but then I let them build up. So that way, if I want something, like I use this fun money to buy books and self-care, I'm going to I used it for a massage. I used it for pedicure. So I want to let these build up so I can pay for the more expensive things. I'm going to leave pet expenses in here because 22. No, I'll go ahead and move it because we're going to fill pet expenses today. I only fill this once a month, but we're going to move this to cruise booking. Yay. Household expenses. I don't think I need anything else in household, so I think I'm okay. I'm about to refill this one too, so I'll go ahead and move this to 1068 to cruise booking. And YouTube expenses, that I am going to leave. This I'm trying to build up over time so that when I do need to replace things like my pens or buy a new Budget by Paycheck book, which she's not going to be making more physical ones. So starting next year, I will just print it out. And I do have already the digital versions of her. I have a couple of different digital versions of her book. So I'll just need to buy more paper and use it to pay for my ink and things. So these are YouTube expenses because I use them for my YouTube channel. Okay, that's it. So let's see what we just did for cruise booking. I moved over almost $100, y'all. It was almost $100. Oh, I'm very excited. Where's my moved? I don't go in here very often. 1068, 823, 743, 1798, and 5994. So that's what we just moved to cruise booking. So now I have $755.08 to put toward paying for my cruise. And I did figure out what was going on. So I have my target set to where if you're new to YNAB, you should set targets. 100% you should set targets. It tells you exactly how much you're going to need every month. Sorry, my throat is like sore, and I know it's just allergies, but it's still sore. So I'm going to keep drinking coffee. I made coffee at home today. And I had set it starting in February, but I had put money in it in January, so I wasn't counting the money that I had put in January. So what I did is I went back to January and I took that money and I moved it up to ready to be assigned, and then I went into February and I assigned it back to the same category, and now it's showing that money toward my cruise. So that's what this extra money is, is because I moved it from last month. I didn't put a whole. So last month I had gotten a tax refund and I put a bunch of extra money toward it. So that's where that came from. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get started because now it's already 7:19 and I need to I'm only working for a half day today, so I need to go get my day started. It is a paycheck. It is a new month and it is a week. So I'm going to start with my paycheckly is monthly. Yeah, monthly doesn't have paycheckly. So I created these views. YNAB allows you to create custom views that you can pick which categories you want. Also, your categories are customizable. You make your own categories. But so every single week, I fill just these, what is it, 6 now? 2, 4, 6. These 6 categories get filled every single week. But when there's a paycheck, I add other categories to them. So I'm going to go click on my paycheckly. And again, as I mentioned, I give myself $50 for dining out every single week. I give myself $120 for groceries. This used to be $125. I'm scraping $5 off the top every week so that I can treat myself to a book of the month subscription. I don't have my book of the month book here, but I did start reading it last night. I'm very excited. And on Sunday, I can pick my next book. So I'm very excited for that. But it was like 19 something a month. So that's $20. So if I take $5 off the top of each category. So that's one of the things that I love about YNAB. It puts you in complete control of your money. It's my money. I can decide if I can afford it or not, and I don't have to be like locked into what's going on. I am paying off my debt very rapidly. I am saving for a cruise next year. I am still buying groceries, but I made the decision I can cut down $5 a month. As you see, I still had like $17 left in groceries from last month. So I'm okay to cut down $5 a month, $5 a week, and treat myself to a book every month. And I can also use my fun money and my self-care money to pay for other books if I want to. Like I used it to pay for a nice pre-order book subscription, book box. It's just not a whole subscription. I just ordered it from a subscription company, but I just ordered one box. And it's a special edition and it's not going to be here till April, but I've already paid for it. And I used my fun money or self-care money to pay for that because I was treating myself. My goal this year is to be a little bit selfish, and I'm really into reading right now. If you've been watching my vlogs, thank you very much, and you will have noticed. Okay, so ecclesial expenses. This is my church donation. I didn't end up going to in-person church this last week, but I did still send in the money because I zoomed into my church. I didn't go to my mom's church like I was thinking I would. So I did use this. And I do $80 every week for this, and that is bare minimum $60 for the donation. And then if we go out for a meal and I'm hungry, I'm taking tirzepatide as part of my health journey. So I'm not always hungry when we go out. But if I go and I want to eat, that $20 is to pay for my meal after church with my church people. It's not like if I just decide to go pick up lunch after church. It's as a group, we will go out for lunch. If we're not going, or if I don't feel good, or if I'm not hungry, then the whole 80 goes. So I did actually get to donate that whole 80 last week. Coffee, I give myself $25 every single week. This is to pay for coffee out and about if I want to go to Dutch Brothers or PJ's or Starbucks or Summer Moon or some other coffee place when I'm out and about. I can pay for it that way. I normally use like $10, $15 to fill my Dutch Brothers cart, and then the rest of it, the other 10 or 15, to buy something at PJ's. But I only went to coffee once this week. I did pay for Nathan's because it's just so much easier to order it ahead on the app while I'm still at the gym and then go pick it up. And I don't have to wait in line. So it's easy. I'd rather just pay for his and not have to wait in line because I can pre-order. Fun money, I give myself $30 every single week. And self-care, this is new for this year. I give myself $30 every single week. It used to be $25 when I get a paycheck. Now it's $30 every week. Gas, it is a paycheck week, so I am going to go ahead and put $25 in there. I did fill up recently. I don't know that I will need this, but I'm not planning to go anywhere. Like I'm going to the library this afternoon and I'm going to Ginny's tomorrow morning. But I'm not like making any long distance trips, so this should last me. But next weekend, oh, they're coming here. Next weekend, their family's coming here to go to Texas Roadhouse. So I don't know if I'll need gas or not, but it's budgeted. And then I have three great nibblings. Baby Joe is 3 years old. Oh my goodness, y'all, I have to tell you. So he gets $3 every single week, which because I'm paid bi-weekly is $6 every single paycheck. I'm saving their ages, by the way. I don't think I said that. Baby Jet is 2, and he gets $2 every single week, which is $4 every paycheck. And Sweet Ellie turned 1 year old yesterday, y'all. She's a year old now. I was saving $1 a week for her because otherwise it would have been $0 a week. So I'm saving $1 a week for her, and I will continue to save $1 a week for her up until she turns 2, and then that will change to $2 a week. So the goal is to get this money all saved. I have not had a chance to look into other savings plans for them. Right now, it's just in my high yield account. I did move $1,000 to my high yield account last night out of one of my savings accounts. I like to get it up to, I like to leave $1,000 in a savings account that I can access in case of an emergency, and then put anything on top of that into my high yield and let it go. So I have $1,000 in my local savings account, and then when it gets to be much more than that, I'll move it to my high yield. That's how I like to do it. My emergency account is in a completely separate bank from my usual bank, but I want it to be easily accessible if I need that money in an emergency, because on my online bank is Ally, which is fantastic and I love it, but it is an online bank, so if I need that money, it's going to take 3 days to get here. Thankfully, I have credit cards with pretty high limits, and I could charge something and get the money in time to pay the card off. But I like to have access to my cash in case I need it for an emergency. Um, but all of this money is in my high yield savings account. And forgot where I was going with this. Oh, so I know like Kaylee and Shay over at Just Finance just opened like a college savings account for their nephew because that's what, he's 10 and they're saving his age every week as well. So fun, y'all. If you have youngsters in your life that you want to like be able to set up with a slightly better future than you had, or even as good of a future as you had, I'm saving this money so that when they turn 18, I can hand them. It will be almost $10,000 with the interest. It will probably be more than $10,000, and I can just hand it to them. And honestly, by the time they're 18, $10,000 is probably not going to be a lot, but they can put it as a down payment toward a car, or they can use it to like decorate a first apartment or something. Like it's for them. If they want to use it to go to college, that is amazing. And I hope that they do. But I don't want to lock them into having to use it for college, especially Jetty. We're pretty sure he's on the spectrum, and it's pretty noticeably on the spectrum. So I'm not sure that college is really something that is in his future. Maybe it is. I'm not gonna really. He's only 2. Um, so maybe things can change drastically in the next 14, 16 years. But I don't want to lock them into a college if that's not what they want to do with their future. So I'm trying to look for a savings plan. If y'all know anything about savings plans for children that isn't college specific, that will allow me to save this money for them specifically, let me know, because I really want to research it. But just like my you don't need a budget, everything else seems to just y'all, my work has been so busy lately, and it's just like brain it. If you work in physical labor, I don't know how you do it. Thank you so much. You know what really impresses me? But like, I know that's exhausting physically, but at the end of the day, I am exhausted from using my brain so much. I do nothing but sit here. One of the things I want to try to save up for is a standing desk. I have like a desk that sits on top of my desk that's standing, but I want an actual standing desk. That's not my priority though. But I just sit here all day and I use my brain. And by the end of the day, I don't want to think. I don't want to do anything. I want to shut my brain off and watch YouTube or read a silly novel, um, or like stare into space. Like I don't want to use my brain anymore, which is why I'm having trouble getting focused on these things, because my brain is like, no, we've already used all the thoughts we're going to use today. We're done with that now. Um, what really impresses me are the ones that combine physical and mental, like nurses and doctors, especially in a hospital setting. Thank God for y'all. You're amazing. I don't know how you do it. That is both physically and mentally and emotionally draining. And I'm so thankful for y'all. Okay, don't know where that came from. Anyway, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put $2 in for Sweet Ellie. Okay, so now those are my things that I will fill every single paycheck. I am going to go to my monthly because it is the beginning of the month. What I'm going to do is jump my monthly into March, because these are going to be my March categories. Every month, I've set aside $75 for pet expenses. This is for food. The bark box is done now, so I don't have to pay for any more bark boxes. We just had like so many toys. The treats are fantastic. The toys are actually really good too, but because I was getting the super chewer ones, like they're lasting a long time. And Charlie loves them. Charlie is my puppy who's just over a year old. Charlie loves them. Chad won't touch them. Like he thinks he wants to. He's like me with corn. I want to like corn. I see other people eating corn, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good. Everybody loves corn. I want to try corn. And then I try it, and I'm like, bleh. That's Chad with toys. He sees Charlie playing with his toys, and he's like, that looks like so much fun. I want to play with the toy. And then you give him a toy, and he's like, oh, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm a 10-year-old German. No, what is Chad? Great Pyrenees. It's like, play with a toy. This is beneath me. He will play tug of war with Charlie though. Anyway, so I don't have any more bark boxes coming in. I may do like one-off orders for their treats because both boys love their treats. Household, I give myself, is it $150 toward household. This is for things like laundry detergent, dishwasher pods, Clorox wipes. Y'all, I cleaned my desk off yesterday. Well, these are the H-E-B brand. There's my grocery store. I cleaned my desk off yesterday. I was in the middle of a meeting and I was looking and the sun hit it and I was like, ugh, I need to clean that because I normally keep a Swiffer duster over here to do and I don't have a thing on it. So anyway, that's what happened with that. So I do $150 for things like that. It's basically things that I go to the grocery store to purchase. They're not dog food. They're not food. They're not human food. That's what they are. YouTube expenses, I put $40 a month in here to cover the basic cost of my sticker. I am a patron of Jennifer Bleacher over at Life in Envelopes, and she sends me stickers every month automatically. They're beautiful. I love them. This month's, I haven't had a chance to film my March budget setup yet, but I hope to do that this weekend if I have a voice. But look at how cute those are. But she sends them out every month to her patrons, and you pick the size. I have the mini size, or you can pick the large size, and I think next year she's going to add the printed size, which is what I will need because I won't have a physical copy of a book. Um, so she sends them out, and that's $32.48 every month. And then I started putting $40 in here so I can leave a little bit to roll over into the next month's, like as I mentioned at the beginning, to save up for other purchases like pens and ink and paper and things. Stuff I forgot to budget for, I put $40 a month in here. And this is if I go a little bit over when I'm dining out. Like I spent $25 last week, and this time it's $30. Not last week, but the other day. And then it's $30 this time. It's $5 under what I actually have budgeted before I figure out where to pull that from. If I have money in here, it comes out of here first. Gifts and giving, I put $100 a month in here, and you see that there is $96.34 coming out. That is because I mentioned last week, Audible sent me an offer to do a full year for it was like $89 for a full year of Audible, which is less than $7 a month for the premium. I wasn't going to do it. I have my Libro FM. I'm very happy with my Libro FM. It suits me because I have a lot of books from the library. They have audio and physical, like e-reader books and audiobooks. I can go to the library and get books. I've been buying books. I signed up for Book of the Month. I was like, I'm okay with this. But then I remembered that my nephew's birthday was last month. It was on the 19th. And he was really, really getting into the audiobooks. I'd given him access to my Audible. And so I called him and I was like, if I signed up for this, would you want it? And he said, yeah, that'd be great, but you don't have to. And I was like, well, I know I don't have to, but it's for your birthday. So it's a little bit more than I typically spend on a birthday present, but for a full year of Audible, that was a really fantastic deal. So now he has 12 credits he can use. He is starting to listen to the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I adore. I've already purchased all of the books that are out on Audible. That's part of what I used my fun money for last year, is like buying all the Dungeon Crawler Carl books. So all of the existing ones are on my Audible, and the next one is supposed to come out soon. So I hope he uses the credit to buy that. If not, I might just ask him if I could have one to buy the next book, so I can listen to it. And then Matt Dineman, I told y'all I'm getting into books, did come out with another book that's not in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I did purchase that, but that one's on Libro FM. I'm not in Audible with all the rest of my Matt Dineman books. Anyway, that's what that is. So that will basically use up all of my gifts and giving money. And then holiday giving, I put $150 a month away here. I have already started holiday shopping, y'all. It's already started. I did use my last month gifts and giving money. So a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, she was a caregiver for her former grandmother-in-law, her ex-wife's grandmother. She was her caregiver, and then she passed like a couple of weeks ago, and it was awful and it was hard. And the very next day, y'all, I'm not even kidding, the very next day, her niece called her. She's from super upstate New York. I'm from New Jersey, but she's from super upstate New York, and her niece called her and said, you need to come home. They gave Dad just like a month to live. And so she flew home, and I paid for her hotel. So I did use most of my giving money to pay for her hotel because I was like, my goodness, she's really going through it. So I paid for a hotel for her when she flew home. Because like she could have stayed at her brother's house, but she said there were like 6 other people there and there's only one bathroom. And I was like, say less. I got you. I'm gonna get you a hotel. So I did use my gifts and giving for that last month too. And it was my mom's birthday, and it was my niece's birthday, my great niece's birthday, and it was my nephew's birthday. So that's why I have it. I just paid for this, so it won't hit until March 1st, I'm hoping, which is why I moved it to March 1st, because it's not cleared yet. So it's technically going to be a March expense. Vacation, is that on this? No, that's not going to get filled until next week. What else is on here? I think this might be it. Taxes is on here, $10. I save $10 every month so that when I have to file my taxes at the beginning of next year, I have the money saved for my tax prep software because I do make money off of YouTube because y'all are amazing, amazing humans and I love you. Because I do make money off of YouTube, I have to file. Oh no, I forgot what the form is, but I have to pay to file. I can't do the free filing. So save $10 a month. It pays for that and I don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's get back to my all. And I'm gonna fill my bills first. And my category for bills I named once a month. Again, this is completely customizable. So you call it whatever you want. This is what makes sense to my brain because I pay them once a month, but whatever you want to call it. I am treating Wild Grain like a sinking fund because I have reduced this monthly subscription to an every 6 month subscription. So that's why there's money in here that hasn't come out, but I'm not going to fill it yet. I'll fill it on the 18th. So we're going to start with everything on the 27th. Let me snooze this. This is just a holding category. The actual category is down here in the credit card section. Where is it? 20th Mattress Firm. There it is. So the money, I fill it up here and then I move it down here when the bill hits. This is just because if you've been around for a really long time, you rock. Thank you. I know many of you have. I used to skip these. I'd write them down, but then I'd forget to fill them. And Mattress Firm, and it was one of my cards that had what is it, like Discover and Best Buy. So these cards that have balances, I'd forget to fill them because I'd be up here in my bill category, and I wouldn't go down to my credit card categories because I keep my credit cards at zero for the most part. So I forget about them. So I created them in a bill category, and then I fill them here while we're together, and then when they hit my account, I move them down to pay for the bill. Again, so customizable. This is how it works for me. You do it however it works for you. Um, so Mattress Firm, I've already paid. Today is the 27th. I'm going to fill everything from the 27th through March the 5th because my budgets go from a Friday through a Thursday, pay all my cards off on Thursday night, and then we do a new budget on Friday morning. That's just how I do it. So book of the month was, well, it looks like 3028, and that's because I had placed the first book order and I got it for $10, and then the second book hit this week. But the actual 1947 is what book of the month costs. So this actual extra 53 is going to go to ready to assign. I don't need it right now. So what did I say? 1947? Is that what I said? 1947. Let's go to March and update my book of the month target to be 1947. That's what year my mommy was born. And it was just her birthday. Okay. So now it will ask me for the correct amount next month. I'll know exactly what I need. Libro FM, as I mentioned, is the audio books that I get that support the local bookstore. That's already cleared. Today's the 27th. It's water. So I have to pay $106.24 for my water bill. Just going to snooze this target. I know that's exactly what my bill is. I set my goal to be $110 just because I want to make sure I have enough covered. If I fill this before the bill is, I can see the bill. But like when I set this up, I want to be able to see it. And then that's water, 106.27. Mom's utilities that's a sinking fund. And then my rent is, oh my goodness, y'all, $617.79. That's how much it is this month because we have like so much propane usage. So much propane usage. Our propane tank in our neighborhood is like, we don't get billed for what we use. They like take the entire neighborhood's usage and divide it by however many houses there are. So if we're careful with ours and our neighbor isn't, we're still going to pay more. And we had a super high propane bill this month. So that's why that's so high. What else do I have? Oh, Mom's propane. I do want to put $50 in it, but that's going to next month. I think that's everything. Oh no. I need to go to next month and put Aflac because that will hit. I need to put $50 in my Best Buy, $50 in my Discover, and $37.57 in Aflac to pay those bills that will be due before I'm going to snooze these. I can't. What is it? Control. Why can I never remember? Nope. Is it Windows S? No. Is it Alt? I thought it was Control. No, I don't know what it is. I can never remember how to snooze ever. Oh, it's next month. That's why I can't do it. I can't snooze March until March. Um, but anyway, those are the bills that will be due um before we come back next week. And then we will go to Mom's Propane, which I am going to put $50. I put $50 a month. That's rent. Um, and then at the end of the month, whatever's left, I'm going to put extra money into Mom's Propane because with how cold it's been lately, I say that today's going to be in the 80s. Y'all, there's no consistency. It's probably why I'm sick. Like, not sick, but this. Anyway, okay, Mom's Utilities. So all of my bills for this week are filled, all of my categories. And so let's go do sinking funds. So sinking funds are game changing, y'all. Absolutely life altering, game changing. This is where you put just a little bit away every single month. And then when you have a bill due, you have the money saved. So Mission Lane has an annual fee, $4.92 is what I save. Bank of America is a new card that I did not want to sign up for, and I do fully intend to cancel. I just got it. It doesn't have a very high credit limit, but until I actually cancel it, I'm going to go ahead and start saving for next year's annual fee. Whatever, just in case I don't get around to it because I know how my brain works. Sam's Club. I did sign back up for Sam's Club because I love Sam's Club. And they had a deal where for $60 you can get the Plus membership instead of $50 for the regular membership. I only started going to Costco because they have gluten-free stuff and Sam's really doesn't. But otherwise, I just prefer Sam's Club. Mom's birthday dinner, I put $25 a month away here so that we can take my mom out. Oh no, I have $50. We can take my mom out. What just happened? And the family for my mom's birthday. So that will be this month. We're going to go on the 7th, I believe is what we decided. And I have $300 to pay for the meal. Amazon Prime is Nathan and I split this. I pay $627. I put $627 aside every month. And that way when the annual membership is due, I have my half saved. My P.O. Box, I have a P.O. Box. If you want to communicate with me, write me a letter, drop me a card. And that address is down below if you want to do that. Walmart Plus is exactly what it sounds like. It's my Walmart Plus membership, and I keep that because of my mom. They deliver to her. Capital One is another card with an annual fee, $3.25. My car insurance, I will fill. Why do I have $50 in here? I just paid that bill. I don't think I should have any money left. I mean, I'm not mad that I have extra money in there. I'm just not sure how I have extra money in there. As I just paid my full 6-month subscription, which was amazing. So anyway, oh well, there's money in there. I'm gonna add what I add every month is $100, but I'll do that at my next paycheck. I don't have it this paycheck. Planet Fitness is my gym membership. It has an annual fee as well on top of the monthly fee. It's $3.52. My ice ball, this is for the fundraising event for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. I save $25 a month for that so that when I go, I have money saved for it. Editing software is $6.25 to pay for that. When it comes to Costco, I do have Costco as well, $5.91. My mom's insurance, I'm going to skip that for now. Car registration, I save $3.08 so that when it is due in August or September, I have that saved. Cedar Park Library, as I mentioned, I'm going there this afternoon with a friend to do the crochet group. I don't live in Cedar Park, Texas, but I pay for the out-of-town membership because I love that library. And then YNAB is this fantastic app. It is a paid membership. Full disclosure, I have only ever paid for 1 year of YNAB because y'all are amazing. And ever since I paid for my initial one, y'all have used my referral code and that gets me free month. And I've had enough free months to where I have never had to pay for it again. It is not due again until January of next year, but I want to have the money saved. I have saved it and then pulled it and saved it and pulled it because I know that it's not going to be due. But I feel like most of y'all are returning, and if you're interested in YNAB, you will have already tried it out. If you haven't and you are interested, the link is in my description box. You will get 34 days totally for free to try it out, mess around with it, ask any questions. They have an amazing help, and it's such a fantastic YouTube, like where you can watch all the channels. You can email me. I know there are plenty of other people. Those of us that use it love it and love to talk about it. If you want to, and if you do decide to sign up for it, you'll get that initial 34 days for free. And then each of us will get an additional 30 days for free when you sign up for it. Because so many people have done that, I have only ever paid for YNAB once. But I want to have the money saved because it is slowing down. My referrals are slowing down, which is totally understandable. Because, like I said, most people already have it. If you want it, you have it. But if you don't, check it out. Check it out. It's amazing. I think that's everything. I want to put the money for my passport renewal, which is $1.76, and I think that's it. Okay, that leaves me $383.97 to move to next month, which is not very many dollars. We're gonna have to. It's okay. Well, I mean, I knew March was gonna be tight, so when I was setting up that budget, I was like, "Ooh, that's a tight month." 383.97 goes to next week. How did I have money in my next? I forgot to move my money up from next week. So apparently I have 425.66 to go to next week. Now I know that. But that's everything budgeted for this week. So, oh, and somebody did ask me last week. I know I say this every time, and apparently I forgot to say it last week. The reason I budget these weekly, even though I am paid bi-weekly, is because it helps my brain to know that even though next week I'll have another $50, right now all I have is $50 to go dining out. All I have is $120 for groceries. If I were to put the $100 in here for the full 2 week period of my paycheck, I would spend it all immediately. I would go hog wild, buy all the things, and run out of money and have to go a whole extra week with nothing. But by splitting it up, that just helps my brain, because one of the things that really, really, really helps when you start budgeting, especially with an app like YNAB, is that you can open up your app and see how much money you have. Don't open your checking account. Don't do that. Doesn't matter how much money's in your checking account. That money's all assigned to something, and it's not necessarily going out for dinner. I only have $50 to go out for dinner. And when I open it and I see that, that puts a limit in my brain to where I know what I can spend comfortably without having to. And if I want to spend more, I absolutely can, but that's a conscious decision that I have to decide where I'm going to pull that from. I hope all of that makes sense. All right, y'all, it is now 7:47. I'm going to sign off, stop talking for a little bit. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. What is the weather like where y'all are? Did you get this blizzard that came through, or are you in the 80s like I am? I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend. I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.